It was a bright afternoon at our lake cabin. My wife was outside clearing brush near the dock while I was finishing up repairs on the boat. The day was calm, the water shimmering under the sun. That peace didn't last long. Karen appeared, as usual, in her oversized SUV, clipboard in hand, looking furious. 911. There's a woman waving a gun. She's threatening the neighborhood. Send the cops immediately, she screamed, pounding on the horn. My wife paused, looking up calmly. Oh, Karen. You really shouldn't assume what you don't understand. Karen waved frantically, pointing at a garden tool my wife had been holding to adjust a branch. In her panic, she mistook it for a firearm. She has a gun. You need to come now, she yelled into the phone. Within moments, a patrol car arrived, lights flashing softly. Karen practically bounced out of the SUV, expecting immediate action. The officers ran up, prepared for a confrontation. My wife stepped forward, hands visible. Officers, I'm fully aware of your presence. Please approach carefully. I'm armed, trained, and on my private property. The lead officer's eyes widened as he recognized her. Wait, Chief, you're the new chief of police. Karen froze mid-step. Her phone slipped from her hand. What? No, that's impossible. Yes, my wife said calmly. I assumed command last month. This property is private, and any threats or attempts to enforce HOA rules here are completely invalid. You may step back and comply with legal authority. The officers, stunned but professional, immediately took control. Karen's frantic claims dissolved in seconds as she realized she had falsely accused the highest-ranking law enforcement officer in the area of threatening behavior. Minutes later, the officers returned to Karen's SUV. Ma'am, you are under arrest for filing a false report, harassment, and attempting to incite unnecessary law enforcement action, the lead officer said firmly. Karen went pale, muttering, But the HO, the rules, the fines. Rules and fines, my wife replied calmly, do not allow you to make false criminal accusations. Trespassing, harassment, and intimidation are crimes, and you just committed them. Within 30 seconds, Karen was in handcuffs, her clipboard lying forgotten in the grass. The officers escorted her to the patrol car as the reality of her failure settled in. Neighbors, who had witnessed the spectacle from a distance, whispered in shock. Karen had imagined authority she did not possess and had tried to intimidate someone whose authority far exceeded her own. The humiliation was complete. By the end of the day, the cabin, the dock, and the surrounding property were fully secure. Karen's HOA had no standing, no influence, and no recourse. Any attempt to interfere further would result in immediate legal consequences. From that day forward, HOA Karen never attempted to assert authority over my property again. The lesson was clear. Falsely accusing a law enforcement officer, especially the chief, leads to instant legal repercussions. On our property, the rules are simple. Trespassers barred, overreaching HOA officials humiliated, and authority recognized for what it truly is: legal, trained, and absolute. Karen learned the hard way. Calling the cops on the wrong person can result in being hauled off in cuffs in less than a minute.